ቅዱስ 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 እግዚአብሔር ጸባኦት አምላክነ።
Next, we have a short narration about Abba Anthony the Great from the book called The Sayings of the Desert Fathers. Let us listen to his short stories and may God help us learn from Abba Anthony's life. Anthony the Great, called the Father of Monks, was born in Central Egypt about AD 251, the son of peasant farmers who were Christian. In C 269, he heard the gospel read in church and applied to himself the words, "Go, sell all that you have and give to the poor and come." He devoted himself to a life of asceticism under the guidance of a recluse near his village. In C 285, he went alone into the desert to live in complete solitude. His reputation attracted followers who settled near him, and in C 305, he came out of his hermitage in order to act as their spiritual father. 5 years later, he again retired into solitude. He visited Alexandria at least twice, once during the persecution of Christians, and again to support the bishop Athanasius against heresy. He died at the age of 105. His life was written by Saint Athanasius and was very influential in spreading the ideals of monotheism throughout the Christian world. When the holy Abba Anthony lived in the desert, he was beset by anxiety and attacked by many sinful thoughts. He said to God, "Lord, I want to be saved, but these thoughts do not leave me alone. What shall I do in my affliction? How can I be saved?" A short while afterwards, when he got up to go out, Anthony saw a man like himself sitting at his work, getting up from his work to pray, then sitting down and plaiting a rope, then getting up again to pray. It was an angel of the Lord sent to correct and reassure him. He heard the angel saying to him, "Do this and you will be saved." At these words, Anthony was filled with joy and courage. He did this, and he was saved. When the same Abba Anthony thought about the death of the judgment of God, he asked, "Lord, how is it that some die when they are young, while others drag on to extreme old age? Why are there those who are poor and those who are rich? Why do wicked men prosper, and why are the just in need?" He heard a voice answering him, "Anthony, keep your attention on yourself These things are according to the judgment of God, and it is not to your advantage to know anything about them. Someone asked Abba Anthony, "What must one do in order to please God?" The old man replied, "Pay attention to what I tell you. Whoever you may be, always have God before your eyes. Whatever you do, do it according to the testimony of the Holy Scriptures. In whatever place you live, do not easily leave it. Keep these 3 precepts and you will be saved." Abba Anthony said to Abba Omen, "This is the great work of a man, always to take the blame for his own sins before God, and to expect temptation to his last breath." He also said, "Whoever has not experienced temptation cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven." He even added, "Without temptations, no one can be saved." Abba Ampo asked Abba Anthony, "What ought I to do?" And the old man said to him, "Do not trust in your own righteousness. Do not worry about the past, but control your tongue and your stomach." Abba Anthony said, "I saw the snares that the enemy spreads out over the world, and I said, groaning, 'What can get through from such snares?' Then I heard a voice saying to me, 'Humility.'" He also said, "Some have afflicted their bodies by asceticism, but they lack discernment, and so they are far from God." He also said, "Our life and our death is with our neighbor. If we gain our brother, we have gained God. But if we scandalize our brother, we have sinned against Christ." He said also, "Just as fish die if they stay too long out of water, so the monks who loiter outside their cells or pass their time with men of the world lose the intensity of inner peace. So like a fish going towards the sea, we must hurry to reach our cell, for fear that if we delay outside, we will lose our interior watchfulness." He said also, "He who wishes to live in solitude in the desert is delivered from 3 conflicts: hearing, speech, and sight. There is only one conflict for him, and that is with fornication." Some brothers came to find Abba Anthony to tell him about the visions they were having, and to find out from him if they were true or if they came from the demons. They had a donkey which died on the way. When they reached the place where the old man was, he said to them before they could ask him anything, "How was it that the little donkey died on the way here?" They said, "How do you know about that, Father?" And he told them, "The demon showed me what happened." So they said, "That was what we came to question you about, for fear we were being deceived, for we have visions which often turn out to be true. Thus, the old man convinced them by the example of the donkey that their visions came from the demons. A hunter in the desert saw Abba Anthony enjoying himself with the brethren, and he was shocked, wanting to show him that it was necessary sometimes to meet the needs of the brethren. The old man said to him, "Put an arrow in your bow and shoot it." So he did. The old man then said, "Shoot another." And he did so. Then the old man said, "Shoot yet again." And the hunter replied, "If I bend my bow so much, I will break it." Then the old man said to him, "It is the same with the work of God. If we stretch the brethren beyond measure, they will soon break. Sometimes it is necessary to come down to meet their needs." When he heard these words, the hunter was pierced by compunction, and greatly edified by the old man, he went away. As for the brethren, they went home strengthened.
እግዚአብሔር ጸባኦት አምላክ